A basic checklist you should go through before you actively start investing in dealer digital marketing. The full checklist can be downloaded via the link in the video description. Before starting digital marketing, it is important to check several details that may seem minor at first glance, but in practice later become sources of serious problems: loss of money, time, and control. Block 1. Domain and website. The company's domain name should be paid for at least 2 to 3 years in advance. Make sure to set up renewal reminders in the phone or calendar of the responsible person. It often happens that a domain expires, the registrar sends notification emails, those emails end up in spam, and the website is simply taken offline. Sometimes this happens right in the middle of the season or during an active advertising campaign. It is also important to check who owns the domain and who is listed as the registrar. Quite often, the website was created by a third-party agency, which also registered the domain, and legally it is the actual owner. This is a direct risk of losing control. Separately, about brand protection. If the budget allows, purchase protective domains. Domain names similar to your main domain. This prevents others from registering similar addresses and confusing your customers. For example, if your main domain is dealer name, it makes sense to additionally buy dealername.com and dealername.eu and then set up redirects so that all these addresses lead to your main website. Another option, if your brand can be spelled in different ways or people often make mistakes, purchase common spelling variations, with and without, hyphens, different endings, and typical misspellings. These protective domains are inexpensive, but help eliminate the risk of confusion, customer loss, and reputation problems in advance. If everything is in order with the domain and website, move on. Block 2. Ownership of digital assets. Clearly verify who owns the YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and advertising accounts. Very often, the company has logins and passwords and has already invested significant resources, but later it turns out that the YouTube channel is registered to a marketer who no longer works for the company or to a contractor with whom the relationship has ended. The company must have formal ownership and control, not just access via passwords. Block 3. Access security. Enable two-factor authentication on all key accounts, not as a recommendation but as a standard. Limit the number of administrators in separate roles. Administrator, editor, and analyst are different levels of access. These permissions should be reviewed regularly.
Block 4. Email and core accounts.
Check which email address is used to register the domain and social media accounts, who owns it, and whether the company has access to it rather than a specific individual. The email should be corporate, with backup access and two-factor protection. Block 5. Advertising accounts and payment details. Check who owns the advertising accounts, which cards are connected, and who can change budgets. Advertising often works smoothly while everything is fine, but in a critical moment it turns out that the company does not control the account, the history, or the data. Block 6. Google Business Profile. Check who owns the Google Business Profile. The company listing in Google Maps. Who is the owner? Who is the administrator? And whether the company has control over access. For many dealers, this is one of the main entry points through maps, reviews, and calls. Block 7. Analytics and Pixels. Check who owns Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and advertising pixels, such as the Meta Pixel. It is important that the company is the owner, not a contractor or an individual employee. Losing access to analytics and tag containers means losing historical performance data. Block 8. Data and consent requirements, especially in Europe. Check that the website has correctly configured cookie notifications and consent, a privacy policy, and a clear process for handling inquiries. Even if you do not go deep into legal details, basic minimum settings must be in place. Block 9. Content and source files. It is important to understand where original photo and video files are stored, whether the company has access to them, and who legally owns the content. Content is an asset. If it is only held by a contractor, you do not own it. Block 10. Internal responsibility. A specific responsible person must be appointed who knows where everything is registered, understands who is responsible for what, can restore access, and controls renewals, security, and risks. Without this, digital assets always remain ownerless. To make this responsibility work in practice, create a short internal document, a digital governance guideline of 5 to 10 pages. It should define responsibilities in a simple roles and responsibility table, RACI, where all access credentials and passwords are stored, for example, in a corporate password manager, procedures for employee termination or contractor changes, and a checklist of at least 10 items. Access revocation, password changes, asset and source file transfer, account ownership verification, and access recovery procedures for different scenarios. In addition, implement a quarterly audit. Once per quarter, the responsible person goes through this checklist and reports to management in writing. This takes only a couple of hours, but prevents major problems. All these things seem minor until growth, advertising, or business security runs into them. Checking domains, ownership rights, and access is the first step before any digital marketing. Without it, any further investment remains a risk. Once again, the full checklist can be downloaded via the link in the video description. Write in the comments which block is currently the weakest for you: domains, ownership, security, advertising, analytics, or content. This will be used as a basis for future episodes.